We're here in the town of Gihatlo. This was one of the sites that we did our programs, and with me is some members of the local elected council. They wanted to come to the event too, and just talk a little bit later on about how our programs have helped their community. We're in a remote part of the Philippines. It's in a province called Camarines Sur, and we're in Caramoan. Actually, they filmed Survivor here a few years ago, the program Survivor, and so it's a really remote area and beautiful, just a super amazing place. And the people are just great here and really cooperative. They really want the help, and they really want to get involved in conserving their area and protecting it from illegal fishing. Yeah, so our vision for this entire area and actually the entire region is to see a marine protected area established in every single town, so that as these towns experience the effects, the good effects from having a fish sanctuary, um, they will all join into one really large one. So we do one town at a time, and Kabakongan is the next town in line to get it. They also have invited us in, so they're asking us to help them set up their own marine protected area, and so we'll do that. And in connection with the local government here, will help establish a law that protects the waters in front of their town. So Kabakongan is the next one in line. There are others too that are just waiting for us to come in. And really the only thing holding us back from expanding further and faster is the funding. Yeah, so I think you're talking about the materials for the coral restoration projects. Yeah, so it just uses ordinary construction steel rebar, which is available locally here. There's only one piece of the project that I have to import from overseas, which is the titanium, which is used for the electrical part. But you don't need very much of it, and so I'm able to import a large quantity, and then we can set up several coral reef restoration projects off of that one piece. So materials are all local. All of the labor that we use to construct everything is all locally sourced labor. And so it actually helps the people economically as well. Yeah, so we're asking for $15,000 for the project in Kabakongan. A good portion of that will be done in education, producing materials, running events in the local town, educating the fishermen, and actually encouraging the fishermen to use sustainable methods. But then we'll also be spending a good amount of the money on the coral reef restoration project. So we'll build these pontoon boat power stations that you probably saw in the video, and it's all solar powered using renewable energy, and that's actually what puts the low voltage current onto the project underneath. We're hoping to establish one pontoon boat power station with 8 what we call our dome structures, and each dome structure is like 10 square meters of upward facing surface area for coral planting. So what we're planning to put in is about 80 square meters of brand new coral reef. Yeah, that's a great question because at the beginning, of course, the illegal fishermen are not in favor of our project. And so there's tension there. Once they start seeing the results, so the illegal fishermen themselves will start turning towards our side and seeing that this really is the best way to fish. This really is a better way. As the fish increase and the fish catches increase, they experience it themselves, and then eventually they will give up their illegal fishing and turn towards legal methods of fishing. Yeah, so the water temperatures are rising, and we've seen corals that are like 100 years old or more bleach and die. And so something is changing in the climate that is not changed in the last 100 years. And we're seeing that just from with our own eyes. So the method of electromineral accretion, it actually makes the corals like 20 times more resilient to stressors. And then that's been something that's been really surprising to us, is the speed at which these ecosystems can recover. Just only in like 3 or 4 months, we started seeing the schools of fish start to increase. The fishing has increased more than 60% in this town, which directly impacts people's incomes, household incomes, and reduces the poverty in this area. Just maybe turned everyone more towards the natural resources. And in other towns that haven't received a project yet, that we haven't worked in yet, I hear stories about how they've been exploiting the environment even worse now because they don't have a project, they don't have the education. They're prying up giant clams and eating them, and like it's this horrendous what's going on, and the damage is going to last for a really long time. Thank you to all of our Reefs for Life volunteers, and thank you to the people here because they are really the ones making the difference. We're just kind of getting it started, but they are actually taking up the mantle of conservation and really running with it. So thanks to everyone who's contributed so far, and we encourage you to share this opportunity to get involved and have a really big impact on a lot of people.